This is your weekly report on corruption in the Philippine government. A rookie cop fired shots in front of 3 minors over their firecracker noise in Parañaque City on Wednesday night, according to authorities. According to the National Capital Region Police Office, the incident, which caused fear, shock, and emotional distress to the minors aged 10, 12, and 15 years old, occurred along Cul-de-sac Road in Sun Valley Village. The incident stemmed from the minors' noise and use of firecrackers, the NCRPO said in a statement. The suspect, whom the NCRPO did not identify, allegedly confronted the children, drew his 9mm pistol issued by Philippine National Police, and fired shots indiscriminately in front of them. The 28-year-old patrolman was arrested in the early hours of Thursday, Christmas Day. Seized from the suspect were one PNP-issued firearm with 1 magazine loaded with 3 bullets, 1 empty cartridge case of a 9mm firearm, and a PNP identification card. The suspect is currently under police custody and will face criminal complaints, while parallel administrative proceedings are set to be initiated in accordance with existing PNP rules and regulations. The cop is facing a complaint of grave threats in relation to Republic Act No. 7610, Special Protection of Children Against Abuse, Exploitation and Discrimination Act, and violation of RA No. 119/26, indiscriminate discharge of firearms. A former barangay captain was gunned down by his younger brother, the incumbent village head, in Barangay Sacneb, this town, on Christmas Day, the 25th of December. Police Captain Donaldson Palaganan, acting chief of the Bantay Municipal Police Station, said the victim Ben, 46, was shot at around 9:20 am near the residence of the suspect Lito, 39. Palaganan said Ben was riding a modified tricycle with a companion when they stopped near the suspect's house. The victim alighted from the tricycle and the suspect, who was reportedly preparing food for a Christmas gathering, suddenly approached him armed with a .45 caliber pistol. A heated argument erupted and suspect fired at the victim until he ran out of bullets. The suspect was later pacified by their sister. The victim's companion sought help from his father. The victim was taken to a hospital where he was declared dead. The suspect surrendered and turned over the gun to the police. Palaganan said they are looking at old grudge as possible motive for the killing. Police Major General Anthony A. Abarin, director of the National Capital Region Police Office, has placed under restrictive custody 8 anti-narcotics policemen for alleged involvement in robbery during the conduct of an operation in Pasig City. Abarin said all the cops involved are from the District Drug Enforcement Unit of the Eastern Police District and were already disarmed after they were named in the complaint for robbery. This is part of our commitment to discipline and accountability within the organization. The NCRPO maintains a firm policy against any form of abuse of authority, misconduct, or deviation from police operational procedures, said Abarin, as he also ordered for a thorough investigation into the incident that happened at 2 p.m. on the 26th of December in Barangay Patiwa. Based on the report, the 8 policemen entered a residential house in search of a suspected drug personality. The occupants of the house later claimed that the policemen took some personal belongings, which prompted them to seek assistance from the Pasig City Police Station. During verification, Abarin said there were no official documents presented to support the conduct of a legitimate anti-illegal drugs operation in the area. He said all those involved in the operation were immediately placed under police custody at the Pasig City Police Station and are set to undergo inquest proceedings today. The authority vested in every police officer carries with it a higher level of responsibility. At the NCRPO, we will not tolerate abuse of authority, and instead, we will hold all those responsible accountable for violation of our procedures and of the law, said Abarin. The Department of Justice on Monday vowed to tighten its internal measures after one of its payroll officers was arrested for allegedly diverting millions of pesos in public funds to new bank accounts he had opened. DOJ spokesperson Rafael Nicolo Martinez said the Justice Department takes very seriously the arrest of one of its employees. He added that the DOJ would extend its full cooperation to the National Bureau of Investigation and other authorities in pursuing the case. The DOJ remains committed to transparency, accountability, and the protection of public resources, and will continue to strengthen internal controls to ensure that a similar situation does not occur in the future, Martinez said in a statement. He did not identify the employee involved, although NBI spokesperson Palmer Malari earlier said in an ABS-CBN interview that the Dodge staff member was an administrative officer assigned to handle the payroll of regional prosecutors. The suspect allegedly reinstated the payroll accounts of resigned and retired regional prosecutors and transferred the benefits credited to those accounts to new bank accounts he had opened. The DOJ employee is facing charges of malversation of public funds, qualified theft, violations of the Anti-Graft and Corrupt Practices Act, the Access Devices Regulation Act, computer-related fraud and forgery, and the Anti-Financial Account Scamming Act. The former chief of the Philippine National Police Highway Patrol Group's Investigation Management Division is facing criminal and administrative complaints for allegedly assaulting a rookie officer over a parking dispute. In a press briefing held at Camp Crame, PNP-HPG Director Brigadier General Hansel Miranton said they have filed physical injury and grave threat charges against Colonel Helson Wallin before the Quezon City Prosecutor's Office. Wallin is also facing an administrative case before the PNP Internal Affairs Service. Miranton said the development would put an end to allegations that he was favoring Wallin, his classmate at the PNP Academy. So that's good because there were insinuations. I can't dismiss that, so that's okay. The ball is no longer with the HPG anymore, he added. Reports said Wallin allegedly kicked, pointed a firearm, and hit the head and upper lip of the patrolman with the end of a firearm. The incident was caught on video, which eventually circulated online. The injuries sustained by the rookie officer, who is assigned to the intelligence branch of the Regional Highway Patrol Unit National Capital Region, were confirmed through a medico-legal examination. The victim said the incident happened on the 16th of December while he was walking inside the camp after attending to a vehicle with a tire lock. He claimed that the officer suddenly got out of his vehicle, loaded his firearm, pointed it at him and kicked him. The victim said the encounter lasted nearly 30 minutes and involved verbal threats, punches and kicks. He also denied blocking the officer's path and said they had no prior personal interaction. 2 Army intelligence operatives were arrested for escorting 2 pickup trucks carrying 60 sacks of gold or worth 300,000 pesos in Opal Town, Misamis Oriental, last Monday. Captain Jorline Rico Apel, commander of the Police Regional Mobile Force Battalion, said they intercepted the vehicles, a JMC Grand Avenue plate ZACB 8446, and a Toyota Hilux, plate MGH 811, at a checkpoint in Sisiomahayahey, Barangay Limonda, Opal. Both pickups were loaded with alleged minerals transported from Barangay Limonda, a known site for illegal mining activities, Apel said. He identified the soldiers as Staff Sergeant Norman Quillerton, 47, of Tagum City, and Staff Sergeant Ernesto Warain Jr., 46. Both are members of the Army's Military Intelligence Battalion of the 10th Infantry Division. Authorities also seized 2 Glock 17 pistols with magazines from the soldiers, standard issue firearms for members of the Armed Forces of the Philippines. Apel added that 7 companions, including the pickup drivers, were also arrested. Mines and Geosciences Bureau Regional Director Rodante Felina said they are investigating reports that rampant gold mining operations in the area are being protected by local politicians in Misamis Oriental. The 2 soldiers and their companions were detained at the Opal Town Jail after cases were filed against them for violating the Philippine Mining Act of 1995. A former municipal mayor in Nueva Ecija was arrested in a sting in Talavera town yesterday morning. Marvin Perinas, former mayor of Santo Domingo town, was arrested in Barangay Kalipahan, according to Colonel Harold Bruno, Nueva Ecija police director. Perinas was arrested after he allegedly sold an undetermined amount of shabu to police officers who posed as buyers of illegal drugs. Probers said the arresting team reportedly seized shabu with an estimated street value of 476,000 and the marked money from Perinas. Charges for violating Republic Act 9165 or the Comprehensive Dangerous Drugs Act of 2002 will be filed against Perinas, according to Brigadier General Ponce Rogelio Panones, Central Luzon Police Director. That's all for this week. I'll see you next Friday with more stories of corruption and foolishness within the Philippine government.